Hello everyone, please give me a moment. Your bird is still preparing to some degree. Namely, I forgot to plug in my little art tablet, so I really quickly had to sort out. Oh yay, that's the noise of my fucking mouse has decided to not agree with me. Hold on guys. Sometimes, my mouse really loves to make a fuss about being connected at the same time as my art tablet. Give me a moment. It's so fuzzy nowadays, man. Okay, pray that it works now. All seems good. Finally. How is everyone doing today? Let me get our background music back up and running. There we go. A bit louder. Yeah, gift subs on Rising Sun. Yeah, hello everyone. How's everyone doing? Sorry for a 15-minute delay. I just genuinely needed some extra time to get ready. I feel a bit better. I went to school today and proceeded to get nothing done because I accidentally kept saving over my progress. It's great, guys. Made me feel a lot of things that they kept saving over my progress. Most of those things I feel are related to violence. Also loading up the art program in the background real quick. I'm gonna do this the scuffy way of we grab one of the other dingos that I already made. One of the very few pins. Let me grab them from the My Little Pony set real quick. Where? And then I can use the little ring from that. So that we can make sure that we, don't overshoot it. Invite clipboard, there we go. This is just prep I'm doing in the background, by the way, no worries. Like, everything else is gonna be visible here in a sec, guys. But how are we all doing? How are we all feeling? Sorry, I just genuinely feel very tired right now. I feel eepy. Also, Aurelium, somehow, either it's you or someone else that did it, but someone else, for my goals at least, also got the Rising Sun pack. Which is really awesome and cool. Still not at the max payout yet, because I know that some people are still working on their city halls. Y'all are gonna make me eat. You're gonna spoil me with how much that first sponsorship's gonna make, man. You guys are so fucking quiet right now. Hold on, did everyone get their yappy energy out of the room pre-stream? Is that what's going on here? Because it almost looks like it. Did everyone... Then this part actually count it? Yeah, it does. I got the entire pack of stream. You got your lasagna now? Nice. I technically need to eat dinner, but I don't know what I want to eat for dinner, so, I'm stalling. Don't be like me, guys. I'm irresponsible. But please don't be like me, guys. Because on Streamlines I said the price of the packs, I wasn't sure. That's so fair. It looks like that pack that is mentioned just also got changed at some given point in time. Which made it kind of really confusing. But it's okay. It's fine. Oh, my throat. I got the entire pack on streaming to Uppy and only the first on my main laptop. Nice! Oh, I need more water. Don't I? I don't know if my water's gonna last me for the... Aurelia, my beloved hubby. Can I look at you to give me board gear later? Is that an option or fries? Ooh, fries would also be good. And they're simple. You just toss on the air fryer and pray. My stomach is growling. Anyways, let's ignore that because I don't have snacks in the room with me. Instead, what we're gonna do is, whoa, I am here doubled again. Hold on, guys. Please hold, please hold. Also, please hold with me. And I really quickly make sure I blend in beautifully again. You know, scuff and all. We love scuff here, don't we, guys? It's part of the appeal of being a LadyPhantasma fan. It's the insane amount of scuff. There we go. Hamburger. I don't know how many fries we still have, if any. Actually, I don't know anything we still have. That's fair. We need to hit up your mum to go grocery shopping. But if you can you give me board gear? It's okay if you put it on bread with ketchup. We're gonna immediately also get started. And for the buttons, I don't mind using a bit more of a different style. So we're gonna have to pull up Chris again in a sec. At least the sprite arts, because I'm pretty sure I nuked that. I did. Oh, I did. This week in groceries? Yes, yes, yes. 1,000 times yes to that. Okay, at least I got my line work to work with at the minute. And then I'm gonna pull up Chris Deltarune. Sprite. There we go. Yeah, that one will do. And then new fire clipboard on the side. Side salad. Wait, what? Not a side salad. Now, chat, I'm gonna treat these a tiny bit like how I treated the keychains. Maybe. I'm not fully sure yet. I wanna have both, you know, some Dark World and Light World representation in this, but at the same time, that would be so many extra buttons to keep track of, and so many extra to cut out once I print these out. Like the art for these. Aggressively checking deals for pasta cups, yeah. I feel that. It seems like the pasta cup deal that we love to use is currently on hiatus. Which is so evil and mean and rude. Hey ladies, Facebook. Hey Jester, how are you doing? We're working on a Deltarune. Oh no, everything's gonna fall again. No. Things are not allowed to fall in this house. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna really quickly do some thumbnailing stuff for this. Just really quickly to get a feel for this. Pardon. I am still sick, guys. Let it not be forgotten that Bird is still sick. Sadly. I really wish I wasn't. I hate being sick. I hate also just having myself immediately start off with human bedtime for the bird. No! Bird doesn't want bedtime. I took a nap. I got home and I took a big nap. I took a big nap. No, not nights. Not time for that yet. What it is time for is for me to lock the fuck in and actually understand what the hell I'm doing here, because whatever this is, isn't it? Oh no, am I getting my art curse again, like, right away? Because, like, I swear, I've got, like, a little curse when it comes to art. So, where at some point, I'll just, like, pull out an ungodly masterpiece out of my ass, and then the next couple of things I try doing, and usually that's when people are watching, are absolute dog shite. I'm good at working on an expose for paper I need to write next month. You blame us, truth? Fair. Good luck with your expose for the paper, man. Or like, all of that in general. Papers are difficult. I'm not gonna worry too much about the face yet. I say as I secretly in my mind worry about the face. Okay, now to really quickly not make it feel like I'm drawing myself again, just slightly to the left, because of how I start baying out. God, why are me and Chris actually kind of similar? Hold on. Not fully, of course. But there are some uncanny similarities. Yumbo is 2 for €2 right now? Hell yeah. Wait, does that include the potato ones? The potato cup that I really like? Does that include those little shits? Oh, yeah, that's good. Then I want potato cups. You know how much I like those. I want to evaluate what the extended Japanese culture is impacted on the city of Düsseldorf. Okay, that's a really, really, really fun, interesting research topic. Jester, please tell me more when you get there. Like, I'm gonna read that paper when it's finished. Uppy is 2 plus 3 free? Oh my god, that's an even better deal. I prefer that deal, thank you very much. That's even better. Oh, I want to know. I yearn. What have you done to me? I yearn for the potato cup. I can try to be completely in German. At least that will make me practice up my German. You know what you're doing tomorrow? What I'm gonna be doing tomorrow is be stuck in travel, presumably. With the state of how public transport is going. And I'm gonna probably be pissing my pants about it. And we're gonna have the little blackout days type of thing here. With just a bit of an outline type of deal. There we go. A little bit of German. A tiny bit. I couldn't hold a conversation with you if you held a gun to my head and told me to. So I just realized how big I am in comparison to my usual. Hold on. It's taking up too much space. How dare I? But yeah, I know a tiny bit of German, enough to, like, somewhat understand what people are saying. I can ever so slightly read it as well. But I couldn't hold a conversation with you because my thing is I forget my vocabulary when you ask me to say anything. In any language, by the way. So if for example you also ask me a fucking bit in French, to like tell you something in French, I also just freeze up. The mission note and the fact that I slightly understood that already speaks volumes to me. Okay, where's labeled Chris? I think I'm gonna make these, am I gonna make these purely like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna do Dark World actually. Dark World designs are more interesting. So we go back to the Dark World design, here we go. And then have that nicely connect over. Dutch and German are very similar. They even have the same words for some stuff. Yeah, exactly. But like that's the thing that unironically makes it difficult for me. Because I'll be thinking, right, that it's like, oh, well, I can't remember this German word for this thing, so instead I'll just grab the Dutch word and pronounce it really, like, German-esque. Which is the main thing that has led to me, screwing up during my German lessons. It's like... It's just me grabbing the word because I don't know what it means in German. And just going, if I paste this Dutch word slightly to the left, and maybe add D in front of it, maybe then it becomes German. I guess we would understand, it would just sound like weird low German, I guess, yeah. But it definitely made me feel like fail my German classes a spectacular amount of times. I also got cursed with the fact that we had German and French at the same time in high school. This resulted in me, during a German test, remembering French, finally, and during the French test, remembering German. To this point in time, I still cannot say the words cat and dog in both languages. I can say cat in French and dog in German. And if that doesn't sum up my language struggles, I don't know what else does. I don't know what will, to be honest. Put my language struggles on a silver platter here. London Coach. Oh yes, right. I like how that got flagged for disability, and I'm like, brother in Christ, it's literally a word in the German language. Like, it's a great effort if you, yeah. That's all I can say, really. Great effort, Twitch. You tried. Let me get Susie up. Susie time. No, I'm gonna be honest, I struggle a bit with Susie because of the, like, way her face is. Like, I just struggle a bit with those shapes. But it's okay. I'm sure I can manage. Got the Sacred Hall to level 13 from me tapping now? Nice. I'll never use the word for black in Spanish somewhere. Oh yeah, no. I feel that. There's just some words that, because of how history has bastardized them, like, just not safe. Same as symbols. I mean, the most well-known one of these is the symbol that the, Germans used during World War II, and I don't know how much I can get banned for saying specific words, and so I'm being so broad. I know not all Germans used it, but at some point, I believe literally they just changed the orientation of that little thing. But it was originally like a Buddhist symbol, either a Buddhist or a Hindu symbol. Yeah. Like, just so many things get bastardized over the years. Be it by groups that are, less than pure in their intentions. Be it by just people. It was used by the Japanese freedom fighters? Oh. Now that's a bit of knowledge I didn't know. I learn something new every day, I guess. How the fuck did I interpret her hair again? Where's the light world version? Where are you? There are you. Can we just do this? Because I'm lazy. And then, we swoop-de-swoop it. Thank you for the lurk, Rat! Thank you for the lurk! And it needs to meet up a bit more to that side. But yeah, there's so many things in history just being taken by Group A. Technically by Group B from Group A, and then Group A going like, what the hell, man? And then Group B being like, ha 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 ha, we're gonna use this for evil. And then Group A is just like, what the fuck, dude? Why? And then Group B is just like, because we can. Anyways, we're gonna absolutely destroy your symbol now. Goodbye. And before Group A can even really respond to it, it's just like, well, I guess they've just fucked up the cultural importance and history of something by just making it evil now. Which, honestly, the Pentacle is another victim of that. Because Pentacles got called for demon worship and shit like that. Like, people look at a pentacle and ooh, that's the evil star thing, right? Like, so many people have a tendency to go and look at a pinnacle and just be like, but it's the evil star, that's a pentagram, and then they're completely wrong, because a pentagram is just a 5-pointed star in that specific way. Mine is the circle. The pentacle has a circle. Like, first of all, you're wrong about what name you're calling it. Because, psych, dude, that's actually a pentacle, what you're referring to. And what you think, like, what you're naming is, the 5-pointed star, which is not what is on display here type of deal. But it still doesn't work, because people see it as Satan worship, and a pentacle's most common use is for protection. Yeah, pentacles and pentagrams are different. Like, hold on, let me just... Well, I can draw a tiny bit better than that. Well, bye. See how it's in the circle? In the circle, it's a pentacle. No circle, it's a pentagram. Now, the difference, honestly, between a pentacle and a pentagram, and, like, at least the facet of witchcraft that I've studied, is pentacle, protection. Pentagram, whatever the fuck you want, baby girl, that shit's just a raw ingredient. That thing is about as evil as a fucking, like, a leaf from a tree. It depends on what you use it for. Like, a pentagram is about as evil as a piece of iron. You can either use it to make a fucking, I don't know, a kettle to make soup in, or a sword to kill your fucking neighbor with. Just got one hell of a stream now. Gonna quickly check in there. Everything okay? Who's dying? Is it one of our mutuals? Is it Astro? Is Astro dying? Is it Astro? Is Astro, having the time of his life? I think it's Astro, guys. Actually, no, wait, Jester's still here. Jester usually migrates over the second Astro was alive. So it's not Astro. It's not the cat. By basis of elimination, it can't be the cat. Stru's not streaming. He should stream. Because I said so. You need more cat content. Okay, I'm just gonna make these closed teeth because I really don't think it works otherwise. Well, we can always hear the wheels turning in your head for thinking. The wheels aren't turning very much. Would have gotten the oh yeah, right. I haven't gotten a notification, so it must not be someone I follow. I'll stream later today, yay! Our favorite cat. Our favorite cat's gonna be live. Now my goal is to stream at least until he is back on, so that we can raid him, and then I can give him a little bit of a fright by calling him Sharp Cheddar, and then leave without saying a word. Someone quitting as a content creator? What? Damn. Hold on, why is Astro now in my DMs being like, oh my god, thank you? For, like, I sent bitch the fucking thing where it's like, you don't know how the stream recap, like the Twitch recap works. My top favorite streamer, most watched channel is Astro. Already just sent, I see this and my laptop starts vibrating. But, hold on, DM me who? Now I'm curious. Same. Same to the curious or same to the, like, the stats? Because I feel like it's stats, but I may just be wrong here. Let me really quickly do that for Shuji. No, not the edges, just time it. Stats, the cat is my most watched. Yippee! I mean, my most watched would be someone else if they streamed more. Anyways. It's totally not a call out to my partner to stream more. Totally not. What are you talking about? Okay, I know at least one. Hold on. Astro's laptop is getting louder and faster. Is this cat okay? Actually, is his laptop okay? Make your shoulders just a bit wider. He has a PC. True. He'll be fine. Quick guys, cut some montage where Astro is in fact not fine. Because I foreshadowed it. Hold on, let me just get those spikes nice and sharp. Just tie them in like that, and then blam. Da-da-da-da. Very little bit of etch and sketch. And this is not what etch and sketching is, but like I love saying it like that. It's such a silly way to say what I'm actually, you know, doing. He only has a problem with his speaking habit because of my invention of non-stop yeah November. But hear me out, it is December. It is December. He can stop nyanning. he can stop. It's okay. That's Susie. Rossi time. Rossi. Time for Fluffy Boy. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me take a sip. But in Yan for a month and it is in his unconscious mind, that is true. Yeah, time for Mr. Fluffy Boy. Time for the fluffiest boy, if I can get the eye shape right. He yawned over 100 times in less than half an hour? Dude, did you keep track of the stats by any chance? Did you perchance keep track of the stats? Because this looks like kept track of the stats behavior. This is kept track. I kept track of stats behavior if I've ever seen it. Or heard it, I should say. Oh no, I made a cough center. Cardinal level sin doing that. Okay, hold on. I need to see. Is the cat okay? He's not texted me further. I did it for half an hour in the first 10 minutes yesterday. Damn. Man, that's what I forgot on Susie. So that's why she's like doesn't feel done yet. I forgot to give her eyebrows. So let me redefine her eye shape a little bit. Pardon? And she also just got hair falling down here a bit. That I forgot to add. Wrong exclamation. Thank you! I mean, I've been an artist, like, specifically doing digital art as well for over a decade now. Like, literally 2015 for my birthday, my grandpa got me my first little art tablet that I could hook up to the PC to draw with. I've since had to replace the tiny thing because the cable broke. Sadly, rest in peace. But I've been doing art for quite a while. I will admit, a lot of that time spent on MLP art. I used to be heavy in the MLP sphere. I was scarily active in that community for fuck knows how long. Probably too long, if you ask me. Like, I remember the old amino days. She isn't disappearing forever, but it's not gonna be her job anymore? Aww. Spiltino, who is it? Like, DM me, genuinely. I wanna know who it is. Oh no, god, another text from Astro. Is it going to explode? I don't know. Astro, I don't know if your laptop is gonna explode, buddy. There we go, because he's got like, yeah. Let me turn the symmetry back on. Redefine his eyebrows just a tiny bit. No mimic cat stuff, you suppose. I need y'all to know he has just DM'd me. Welcome to Astro_channel where we redefine scuff. Well, I'm gonna give this cat another heart attack because I know he'll be able to see this later. Yeah, I need all of y'all to just support Astro real quick. I know in this little activity feed, he's gonna be able to see that I gave him a shout out. I know he's gonna see that. I know how he's gonna respond to it, but I don't know how he's gonna see it. And that's all that matters to me. I'm gonna make a real quick, like, a little visualizer of the hat he had during chapter 1. Just in the background, that's gonna be in black. Especially in this part of my style, he looks so much like, Astro. Did you draw a lot even before you got your first tablet? Yes, I did, but I never really kept track of, like, how long I've been doing it for. I need y'all to know I started out with My Little Pony Friendship is Magic gore content. What couldn't have been older than 10. You know, gotta start young. If you weren't condemned to AO3 by then, you were condemned to fandoms of quite the variety. Also, give me a moment, chat. I have to stay stiff on my nose. That was a successful nose sniffle. Dare I say it myself. But I drew quite a bit. What I would do, right, is from one of the school trips, one of the things we'd gotten, we got like a little note block, I guess you could call it. Like one of those notepads of the small and square variety, where it's not necessarily like sticky notes, so they wouldn't be adhesive, but they were stuck together by like the back row being glued shut so you could rip one off and like use it to write shit down. I started out drawing on those. I would grab one of those, I'd try to sketch, I'd be horrible at it, and then I just kept going. Like, I just kept drawing horses. I'm not kidding, I know there's like, at Mama Bird's, I know there's a box somewhere in the house. Presumably in my room as well there. That's just stacked to the brim with these old pieces. And if I try really hard, I should, hopefully. I'm really praying here. And Amina's already down. If it wasn't, then I could still pull it up. This also means that I lost so many OCs to Amino shutting down. Yep, same. Rip the amount of hours and time and whatever I spend, data points as well, I spend on like getting art of those characters. Oopsie. My most extensive digital art portfolio, unfortunately, was that Hell site. Or Hell app, depending on how you used it. It was either a site or an app. For me, I used it on phone a lot. But I had some of my earlier stuff on there. Really sad that it's no longer accessible. I do understand why Amina went down, though. That shit was a fucking nightmare. That was a hellspace. Already from the beginning, but especially towards the end, man. Definition of a nightmare place to be in. It's got that little heart on the thing on. But yeah, I've been drawing for a long time. And if y'all could see the old shit I had, trying to think if I actually backed it up somewhere to some degree, because I know I've like shat a lot on my old art in different spaces. Hell, if Skype is still functional, which it should be, then I reckon I am willing to bet that I can even find old shit on there, because I used to have a friend group that used Skype religiously. Where I would just, like, post art in the chat with this one other person. Like, we were the two artists, and then there were a bunch of writers, and then there was this one guy who was, like, kind of really into music as well. Honestly, as fucked as the My Little Pony fandom was for most of the time, I did get some really core memories out of it, and also I learned to never give my address to strangers online on the internet. If there's anything valuable that has been taught to me by those days, is never give your personal information out. The one time this went correct, though, is when I sent one of my friends from that same friend group, like, art of their OC. Like, I physically mailed it to them, and then next year I got, like, a Christmas card from them in return. Like, that's one of those good things. That's, like, gave Address to Stranger a good ending. Like, it definitely could have been, a bit scarier. Yeah. But that person was like a sibling to me. Sadly, I no longer talk to them because I just, like, in the switch from, you know, no one using Skype anymore, really, in that friend group, to switching to Discord, I lost our, you know, stuff. Sadly. Rest in peace, that friendship, because we were really fucking close. But, pretty sure that person had a bit of a fit at me for, you know, doing that. Skype has already been shut down? Damn. I mean, I don't blame him, really. These are old services, but god. It just shows you that so much of the things where you think you could have shit backed up just is gone. Yep, no, not fucking with this. Not fucking with this. Sorry, guys. What if I want to have one facing the other direction for once? So I'm just gonna do most of my sketch like this, so it feels easier for my brain. And then I'll flip the sketch again when it's easier to do that. your little antlers, or the silly ones. One, two, and three. You know, if I ever met Toby Fox IRL, I'd love to give him one of my things and just like watch him have a little moment about, wow, I've created a fandom that gives me shit for free. I might shock you with this, but I never used Skype before. It's so fair. You were either there for it and potentially traumatized by it, or you fucking avoided it like the plague. With or without realization that you were avoiding it like the plague. Like, you were either avoiding it like the plague with intention, or, you know, kept away from it by forces unknown to mankind, potentially divine intervention. I was simply too young. Fair. We call that one divine intervention. Because that was just straight up divine intervention. We'll curl that up a bit. I'm definitely having a time drawing right now. I mean, there's still other things I want to draw anyways, potentially. One of which is to continue with the evolutions, which I haven't touched since last stream, despite saying I would. But also, I want to make these little phone charms, honestly, of some things. Like, I would love to have some My Little Pony phone charms, for example, that are just even smaller in art style and cuteness and everything. But at the same time, there's like just a few little things that I would create those of. I just realized I get to do Spam Tenna as buttons as well. Yay! Oh yep, that's my cardinal arts, and always putting the second eye too low. There we go, that's better. And just once again running that out just a bit more. Make her look off to the side because she's nervous. And potentially shy because she's thinking of Susie or something. But yeah, I wanna make phone charms later as well. Because those just feel really cute to have, and honestly I would, you know, be really happy to add more to my Jingle Jangle pay attention pile on my phone. Let's ignore that I've not yet added the phone charm that is the corpse one. With multiple parts. The multiple parts, you know, part of that is the reason why I haven't yet, by the way. Okay. I think this hair like this is so fucking adorable, actually. Hold on. I fear I may be cooking. I fear I may be cooking. I think I cooked, guys. That's behind us. That part of the hair fully. I can do that. Oh my god. Okay, no, but it's just kind of fucking adorable. Noel Holiday, you're once again the cutest, patootiest creature on the planet. How do you feel? Look at her! She's still got innocence! And she hasn't murdered anyone yet. Because we haven't forced her to Snowgrave Birdley yet. She cute for real. Like, honestly, she's such a cutie patootie. Like, as much as I love certain ships, I must say, Noelle and Susie's ship is one of my favorites. There, those hands have to go slightly somewhere, because I know roughly where the cutoff point is. Yeah, probably. A lot of people honestly let their kids on to specific types of apps, like Skype and shit, way too fucking early. So I'm gonna put little hearts around Chris. Reminder because they're the soul. I don't know what the fuck to do for Susie. I know I wanted that for... yeah. Anyways, Birdley! Where's this little shit that I struggled to draw off stream like 5 hours long? Seriously, this piece of fucking chicken fillet gave me so much difficulty. Fucking piece of shit. I fear he does not fall under the same category of I love him because he's dead that Seth falls under from over again. I fear they're simply not in the same category. Actually, no, it's Birdley who should fear that fact. I'm gonna subject this fucking bird to so many horrors. Like, you're gonna have a parrot beak for a second, Birdley. And you're not gonna be okay. You're actually never gonna recover from this. But I don't care, because I don't like you, Birdley. You may be a fellow bird, but you're a shit-ass eating bird at that. And by shit-ass eating bird, I mean literally, I hope you eat shit. Sorry, the Birdley hate that Fox usually spouts, I feel has transcended to me. In Fox's absence, I feel the need to be the Birdley hater in my chat. He's gonna look all proud of himself right before he gets snowgraved. This is 2 seconds before Birdley snowgrave. Let me actually give him some shitty wings. There. He's giving us a send-off before he dies. Is it clear that we are Birdly haters in this chat, guys? Because I fear it is. I fear it is obvious that I do not like Birdly. I loved voicing him for a bit during our playthrough, but that's about the extent where that goes. Like, I love making him sound like a little shit, 'cause he is. But, after that, no. He just sucks. No clue what the fuck's even on that button, it's just a button that I see drawn a lot. So there we have Birdly, guys. I'm gonna put snowflakes on his. Wasting good art on him? For real. But you know who we aren't gonna be wasting good art on because it's not a waste? Where is he? On left too. Spammed and G spammed him. Top rated salesman. I have to remember how the fuck I like quick sketch this guy. Because I have like a little method to the madness usually. That is spammed. Clearly this is not it, this is Iron Man in the very beginning. Alright, I remember. So he got that angled jaw. Look at him, guys. Look at this proud Addison. Look at him. He's so proud of himself. Little does he know he's about to be subjected to the horrors again. So yeah, I would dare say for Spamton G Spamton, it's not a waste to be good looking. It's part that comes with the trade. You know, it would be funny if I sell these and instead of putting like the actual proper amount up, I have like a little joke sign next to it that's like only $5.99 Kromer. That'd be like super fucking silly. I may do it. Silly guy like Spamton deserves it. And then he has that turtleneck. So many Deltarune characters actually wear turtlenecks in some variety now that I think about it. And he has his little suit. And now for the most iconic part, the part that I often get wrong. Is his... Honestly, like his glasses are weirdly difficult and I think that's like mostly because they're circle. Now look at him, guys. Hold on, I'm gonna look up that sign that he uses for Chromer real quick. One sec. I'm gonna look what the fuck what like symbol they use for Chromer again. He uses a sign for dark dollars, apparently. What if I just, like, have him say 5.99 Chromer? Just exactly those words. Like, I feel like that'd be very fitting for him. So... $5.99. And then, hold on, I need to make it actually fit in the line. I'll fix this in post later, but... $5.99 Chromer. Actually, I have a better way to start this. Start from the center. And then do both sides like this. There we go. $5.99 Chromer. You know, actually, that's good enough for a sketch. So that's Spampton. Now y'all know who's next. Hint, it's not Vox. This Tumblr sexy man is, you know, all organic, all homegrown, you know, organic Tumblr sexy man. But let me actually look what the fuck his antennae look like again, because I've drawn Tenna a few times now. Oh yeah, I forgot. He has like that little lip piece almost. You know, no smile feels wide enough for Tenna. Like, no smile in this world could be wide enough for Tenna. Trick question, it's Vincent! Nice. I'll do the little flower stem variant of him, where it's like the little flower coming out of his nose. We'll make a little blushing Tenna. He deserves to be happy. And then we'll put the TV logo a bit higher on him, so it's actually visible. Look at that, guys! Isn't that an adorable TV? Yeah, I would trust him over Vincent, like, any fucking day. Stream delay bad? Ooh. Maybe go out of mod view for a bit. Maybe exit mod view for like a hot minute. Just heard you said a Vincent thing? Damn. Reload the page then? Maybe that helps? Well, let me really quickly see how I did the mic again, because I always... Drawing microphones is so weirdly difficult, guys. It doesn't help that I can't draw hands to save my goddamn life. Those hands are gonna be the death of me, but... I like to imagine he's raising up his, like, arm, cheering to, like, the Lightner's life. And, like, his little flower is reminiscent of that, like, he's cheering them on. Like, look at that! That's even better! Sometimes Twitch is just so for real. Look at Denna! He is cheering them on! He's cheering on his Lightners. He's cheering on his Lightners on live TV. Now it's better. Yippee! So, we've got all of them now. Of course, we gotta return to Chris, who feels disappointing after Tenna. Give him a moment sniffle. Post Tenna, Chris isn't hitting quite as hard as they could be. So gonna make it a little foolish for them. So first, Chris goes in. Then Susie, I get to immediately turn that off again. Rase. Guess it's noticeable who my favorite characters are, guys. Or more so, is it noticeable that I need a bit of warm-up first? I feel like it's very noticeable I need to warm up first. Now that I think about it. But also, my love for Tenna is showing once more. He's just such a goober. He's also just so fun to draw. Okay, but for this, we're gonna use my little secret technique. AKA, I don't want to do line art, so I'm just gonna make it look shit instead. And by it, I mean the line art. And then we're gonna render over it in a really funky way. Because why keep all of my, pins and buttons all the same, variation of my art style? When they could all be different and unique. Because I've decided I don't like my Little Pony original ones, so I'm probably gonna replace those after the first con already. I may or may not be feeling a little bit of insecurity about my art sometimes at the minute, guys. Please don't. Please don't, worry too much. This happens in every young artist's life. And even those of us that are a bit older, I guess, have this. Now, if I finish these tomorrow, right, during my class hours, you know Kafka? I do. Like, the Starro character, right? I know my art is good, but, especially being in the Workery server, the Discord server, which is, by the way, a wood-based manufacturer that I use for my acrylic keychains, for my standees, for my stickers, all that good shit. I fucking recommend them. But being in the Woodcraft server, I see so many cool artists, and then I look at my own art and feel a bit inadequate. Like, oh, God. I'm having the real curse of comparing myself to other artists, which you should never do. Like, cardinal sin. It will still happen. It's a canon fucking event. Everyone knows that. But I feel so like much like a junior artist compared to them. Because some of them have such cool control over their lights and colors. Like, seriously, there's just one MLP artist in there who is so violently good with their control over light in their scene and everything, and light on their art and their shadows, and like how they bring in color depth by using what is potentially just a fuck ton of blend layers and having fun. And I want to be like that. Like, I want to learn those skills because I love that. I love that crunchy color depth where it looks like you tossed it in rainbow acid and then took it out just in time before it became like neon lights and eye burn. I mean, eye strain. No, the author? Oh, the author. I vaguely know of the author, cough cough. But I feel like this is just a thing that's common among any type of artist. So like visual artists, like literary artists, musical artists, etc., etc. I want to have fun too. Yup, and they're still art. Yeah, I think you never grow out of that phase. Like, you keep seeing people who are just like you improving every day, so like it's gonna feel like you're stagnant. Unless you compare yourself to who you were like a few years ago, but you see these cool techniques popping up and you're like, oh, I want in on that. I also want to have fun with the pretty funky colors. And then you're just like, but how do I do the funny colors? How? Another thing that I really fucking love for a lot of these artists is how they'll use like blocky shapes almost to render like they'll basically be using like little squares and just like I would say almost like cross-hatching, here we go, cross-hatching lines to some degree to render their art, but instead of like using the same colors that you would conventionally do, they'll just shade like a dark blue with bright purple and make it work. And then still manage to get some green in there and slight bit of yellow. Like it's so nice on the eyes for me. But also I want to learn so badly how you do it, and like all these like speed paints I see of it and time lapses of people doing that art style. Like, I never quite understand how they get from point A to point B. I feel like it's also because a time lapse half of the time just records like this canvas part of the screen, not your layers, not your bend modes, all of that shit. I feel like I'd have an easier time deciphering what the fuck they're doing if I could see those things, but alas. He was so insecure about his works that he said that his friends should dispose of his unpublished work on his deathbed. But his friends gave a shit about that. He wanted his friends to be remembered in the end. Aww. Yeah, no. I feel that. I mean, to be fair, like, I have it most with my visual art. But I feel the fucking part of, like, storytelling art wise as well. As someone who was in the top 10 on Wattpad in the My Little Pony category for My Little Pony fanfics at some given point in time, like, what the fuck happened there? I feel plenty of emotions about my own literary works as well. Including that of the past, which, it's so funny. It's the one part, like, I got known for on that dumbass Amino app, which is so wild. Because back then, you could have featured posts that people would see immediately upon coming to the front page. These featured posts would be set by the moderators and admins of the app. of like specifically the sub-app that you were in, which were ones for fandoms. So like you had your own mods differently from say Steven Universe Amino versus My Little Pony Amino and versus, I don't know, Shira Amino. Pretty sure those are all real. And they would put it on the front page for either a given time or until it phased out because of new shit they were putting on the front page. And featuring that. Which was really cool because that's the stuff you saw first upon opening the app. Like, you'd open the app first thing in the morning to check your messages, right? Like, to see if your friends have texted you and what they've texted and like, oh, cool new art. And one morning I woke up after having posted my, I believe, first chapter in the morning. Like in the evening, and I woke up that morning and I was like, I see a lot of notifications from Amino, what the fuck's going on? And then I opened up the app and I saw my first chapter, which was full of grammatical errors and so many little, like, things you shouldn't do in writing, just in general. It was just filled to the brim with mistakes, but it was featured front page and center. And this is the part I'm still most grateful for about that, because what I wrote at the end of chapter 1, in like a little footnote that I made, was, I'm still new to writing, can people give me tips? Now the next few chapters after that, when they came out, also got, you know, featured, and people would give me genuinely heartfelt and good advice, point out where I was already implementing it subconsciously from last time, and just be like, just expand upon that, just expand upon that. From them I've learned how valuable it is to like break up your text in paragraphs, because I used to just write on one end, no space, like no space in between my paragraphs. There wasn't even paragraphs to speak of. Like, I very, very much just was a hectic little shit. I just wrote down my thoughts, basically, about what I wanted the story to be. Gave it very little revision. But if it wasn't for their advice, honestly, I don't think my writing would have been anywhere near what it is now. Because yeah, I still make mistakes, like be it spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes or just flow mistakes. But they are not nearly as bad as they used to be. Yeah, and make picture line feel good for real. And yeah, so it's basically like subreddits. Also, shading can be scary, but honestly, just try it. And like, I feel like this is a canon event for everyone who is like tried to do art. Raise your hand if you've done any art and you've shaded with the color black before on a very colorful piece, or just even on anything that isn't like a grayscale. If you were like, raise your hand if you shaded with black on a non-grayscale image. Raise your hand, please. Because this is just this is gonna fucking canon event, I swear. Shading with black is just the most. Shade until it's all black. Oh god, yeah. But like, I'm talking shading like a yellow thing on your piece with just pure black, or like with a lower opacity black. Or what is shading? I only use the airbrush. Also a very honorary mention here. AKA, you haven't figured out quite how shapes work, so you just use the airbrush, because everyone seems to be doing that, and they get these, like, smooth little gradients, so. I know a few basics, but I want to learn how to draw in the future. Chat, I'm honestly considering turning, the Saturday stream, I believe it is, the Saturday art stream, into, like, the one with the blackboard, because we just have a lot more time, and we can definitely, like, as a chat, collectively, on Saturday, just draw together, and I can teach y'all some basics that I've picked up over the years as a self-taught artist. Which is really interesting, because, like, as a self-taught artist, there's so many things you can do wrong. And I have done so many things wrong that I've had to relearn. Including some parts of color control, including anatomy, like, that's a scary thing about being self-taught. You have to really, 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 really pick up the slack sometimes. Hold on, yeah, Chris's are more so like that, so I'm gonna alter that just a tiny bit. We're gonna go a tiny bit off script, guys, don't worry. It will all work out in the end. Book club! I love that it's like, whenever we have something to share, it's just like, book club. My book club must know about this. Do we read? Not a lot of, as of right now. As of right now! It's gonna change in the future, chat. On that note, went to the bookstore today. Didn't have the book that I wanted, but they could order it for me. In a week's time, roughly give or take, I'm gonna get The King in Yellow in the exact fucking cover that I've been after. I really am. I need you to know that I'm looking at what I've just made and I see so many mistakes. As an artist, you'll forever be doomed to see every single mistake in it. You'll forever be doomed to think of it as a lesser than what it actually is, because you know the flaws in your own creations intimately. And you're still a beginner. Yeah, 1 or 2 weeks. It's potato. I want my book. Which, it's The King in Yellow, guys. For those of you that know, it's kind of really interesting ordering a book about a play that is in-world banned because of what it did to people when they read it. And then faucet just looks bad and I don't know how to fix. That tends to be common. You want to know the way that art growth tends to happen? It doesn't happen all at the same time. It doesn't happen linearly. Well, hold on, let me get you a visual on this. But what ends up happening a lot of the time is I'm gonna make a red line here and a green line. Dark green, just to be safe. What will happen is the green line is your art skill. Oh. So it will go up. Actually, more realistic to do this. And then it stagnates for a little and it feels like that, and then it does that. But the red line is your understanding and visualization of how it works. So I need to hit this right here. About that point where you start stagnating, you basically hit that learning curve hard on the visual part of your art where you actually see what's wrong with it. And then usually around the point where this happens, you really start just going back and forth. So it's like all intertwined. I've seen a better visual of this online. I can't remember it fully, but basically it's just like you train your hands and your eyes. And those don't get trained at the same time. What you're doing now is still training your hands, but because the fact that you're seeing quote-unquote flaws in it and look blah and everything, you're starting to understand that the shapes aren't right. Your eyes are starting to get that training, and after you figure out what your eyes are perceiving, like what shapes they are, then you can slowly build that back into, you know, the way you're training your hands. It's why it's so necessary sometimes to just sit down and do a study of shapes. Am I allowed to show your art on chat? Like on stream to help you out a tiny bit? It's the same with playing an instrument, yeah. And that's a pain to deal with when art is involved. Like, I can't draw people things for the life of me. Hey, Aurelium, I want you to only agree with it if you want. No fine with a bunch of dots behind it, because then it doesn't feel like I am actually giving you okay. Like, I want a genuine you can do it, and not a fine with a bunch of dots behind it. It's okay? Alright. Fuck, I have too many tabs open. So, this is the art that my lovely, wonderful husband made. Right? Chat, this is not bad. This here, put a few more arrows. This is better than my first time drawing humans. This is better. Way fucking better. And I've got the cringy sketches to back it up. No. Looks good. Yeah. So, you're seeing bleh stuff, right? I'm gonna turn on the symmetry tool for this and really quickly bring your thing into roughly the middle of the canvas. So, what you have going on right now is a jawline that doesn't match up. So, front-facing jawline would be like this, but it seems like you're trying to do it from the side. If you're doing a side view of a jawline, so a 3/4, like, for example, I'm doing here with Chris, you can immediately tell one thing. The shape here is jawline, so this part, but then also circle, which fills as the under support for the hair, but also gets aligned here. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Like, I remember the canvas you were working on, I just auto-skilled it to this. So, if you were going for a side profile, you don't want to have this type of jawline. Because you want to keep in mind that the head is not flat. So I'm going to really quickly bring him to the side again. Head, pet. But a head is not flat, because if you look at a human skull, I'm really quickly just going to do a visualization of a human skull here, or a human head. If I draw a side human head, you'll see orb, and then basically a sort of weird square, or weird rectangle for the mouth. Yeah, no, that's not something I had as well, because I, like, starting out on these tiny little post-it notes that were smaller than my hands, led to me not being able to see a lot of my details. Even when just getting close up. And the same counts for digital art. You can zoom in a lot. It helps a lot. But felt so felt. Not so fair. But yeah, I think your main issue is you want to remember that part of the head is round. So if you were going for a straight ahead, you want to have a more equal variation between, you know, your jawline. I'm gonna really quickly sketch over yours to figure out what your guidelines were. Because a thing that may help to create equalism in here as well is to bring in that center line. See how I've brought in that center line? And then connecting it up. You have a bit more of an equal shape again. See the difference? So front facing, you want to do that more. Overall, looking pretty darn good though. And again, if you're going from the side, remember head is not flat. Little thing with the neck. A neck is not straight. You actually have got a tiny bit of this going on because of the muscles. And the ears are also in the right spot. And I think the only other thing that could be off is eye distance, because your eyes are very far apart almost. Like, if you were to bring this one like over here a bit, not too far, I'd say max to here, it'll really look a lot less uncanny. And this is the only thing that I'm gonna really quickly do like this to give an example. You've got your mouth very sideways, but See the difference this already makes? You did your mouth very sideways. Definitely has its use. Used a lot by comic artists, used a lot to dramatize. But overall, when you're doing this, you see the difference? It's okay to have your mouth a little bit more flat. It's a bit nicer because here it feels like what's going on with the skeleton underneath, like. Whereas if I, once again. Oh yeah, I have. I've been wanting to participate in it, but I know I am not skilled enough to, you know, actually do shit with it. You really have a great basic level already when drawing face running. Yeah! It has a great fucking base, and like, the main thing that honestly you could do here, see how much difference it makes to have that smile. Just a tiny bit. This is not bad. Hold on, I'm actually gonna... Do I have it on my... Hold on. Hold on, I'm going into the trenches right now for you guys. I'm going into the trenches of my old DeviantArt. Oh, God be with me. God be with me for what I'm about to put on the screen. God be with me. Okay, I'll look at it in a second, but I'm gonna close this first. Y'all want to see how much of a shitty artist I was starting out? Would you all like to see the horrors I subjected the whiteboard in my class to? Cause y'all ain't fucking ready for this. There's no way you are. I do need to keep this open. Yes. This comes from my old fucking DeviantArt. What is going on here? FYI, just so y'all know, head, where circle? Where circle? What is going on here? Line this, but also this? Oh, and we must not forget about neck is same thickness as body. FYI, looks like drawing of a teen. I was a teen. Hold on, I can check when this was. Published 4th of October 2018. I was 15. This is how I started drawing humans. This is one of the 2 ways I started drawing humans. The other one that I have currently easily available is better. Why? Because the hair is hiding half of the mistakes. Again, this is ripped straight from my old DeviantArt. But if you actually start looking into what the guidelines underneath this are, you start noticing a lot of little issues. For example, it looks like this, but knowing myself it was more like this. And then tiny waist, and then probably no hips, knowing myself. Couldn't draw legs, so just drew a long as fuck skirt to cover it up. It looks very DeviantArt in a good way. It was 100%. This is all my old DeviantArt. This is my old shit. We have gone from this to this. This is what I mean with you sometimes have to compare yourself to the version you were, because now I feel a lot less insecure about my current art. This has just upped my confidence in the Chris on my screen by 1,000. And sometimes all you need to do is cringe at yourself. But you thought that was all? Chat, we're gonna go into the cringedom now. I believe, if I remember correctly. Now, a little bit of backstory for what I'm about to show you all. This is probably one of the first pieces that I felt comfortable posting on DeviantArt. after getting my digital art tablet. I'm 99% sure this was done in Fire Baku that I barely knew of it. And at the time I had 2 OCs, which were supposed to be quote-unquote polar opposites. Yeah, cringe. it's cringe hour. It's cringe hour with Lady. But I had this half dragon, half pony OC, white and blue. Oh my god, so original. Ice theme powers. Oh my god. Like, and then I had this like fire team pony, and they were polar opposites, and they were sisters. I thought this was the peak of fiction, by the way. When I told you all about the My Little Pony fic, these 2 were the lead characters. Need y'all to remember that. Ta-da! I'm dying. And, like, this wasn't the finished piece. And I had a huge fucking phase back in the day, as well, where I'd add fluff inside the ears of the ponies, but like, god. Words cannot describe the sheer amount of emotions I feel looking at this. Because it's, I like, in one flavor, it's like, it's baby art. Like, I was barely understanding half of the shit I was doing. But at the same time, god, do I want to put it in a dumpster and light it on fire. Like, god. What else do I have with my cringe word times? Because, like, the old DeviantArt has barely any of my old art. If I were to want to grab on my old art, I would have to fully look through my old phone, scour that shit. Actually, hold on. Maybe... If I remember correctly, I also just have a bunch of shit here. I'm using all of my accounts that I have, and I'm using all of them for evil! Oh, that's scary. Let's save it in a file on this side. That's not supposed to be a thing. I've never logged into you on this device. How do you plead? 100% 0% drug experience. I'm so glad you have the paper. Oh, no worries, no worries. You think my art was safe from back then because it was on paper? You think it was safe because it was on paper? I feel like I'm actively going insane. Ah yes, thank you, account. The capture thinks you're a robot. The capture verified that I am human. And decided that I am chill. The fuck? It's also not telling me of my password. Okay, thank you, sorry. Lady, I know where to find my active physical... No worries. But this is just one of those things where it's like, you think it's safe because it's on paper, it's fucking not. Oh, the fact that I have, like, some minor level of confidence to hold this on screen as long as I do. Like, but just then show off something where I, like, a bit of growth. Discord, I'm howling at them. Okay, but then I need to show, this one. I've made MLP free to use bases before. This is one of those. Like, and I included the size, like, pixel brush size that I used and everything in the description. And I actually use these a lot to make, like, little character designs on, because, like, I know how big it was, but, like, I know in the furry fandom there's, like, a lot of these things where it's, like, adoptable characters are, like, the big thing. And, you know, My Little Pony was the same. It still is. That fandom is riddled to hell and back with adoptable content because people want to make a quick buck. I'm gonna be so fucking shameless here and admit that I have also been part of that. I've been part of the demographic. Why? Because I wanted DeviantArt points to commission my favorite artists. That's how deep this lore goes. well, nowadays if I do adopt still, like, I sometimes still make them in the background, and I just do them for the fun of the game. You know? I just draw and create, and then I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do shit with this design, so I may as well give it to someone else. I hoped it would be this. Aww. It's okay. Val, I was showing off the old art that I could still access. Seriously though, with the lack of amino on my side, it appears I've lost quite a bit. Now, there's one more hellscape where I can scour through to potentially find a bit more of my old art. Where's my phone? Because I know for a fact that I backed up some of my old OCs on a site called Toy House. But I also have some folders on my phone for some of my OCs. You know? Completely normal. Although they're the more recent ones, so they're not as horrible looking, there's still plenty of old art in there. Or the many of times I tried to use Picroot to make my character look perfect and then realized I had gender dysphoria because of that. I will not be elaborating on that last comment. Elementary time art. Aww. Yeah, no, I'm exposing all my dirty little histories here with the pure bullshittery I did. Okay, where is it? That's Toy House. Yeah, fair. Okay, I am logged in, right? Okay, so I am logged in. If I go to my characters on my phone, and I'm gonna have to send myself, like, the link for this. So, let me grab Linky. Send it to myself in Discord. Now, I said all of this episode has watermarks, so only I can resave this shit when I'm logged in. You know, bit of protection of my shelf. Come on, Discord, work with me. You're being ever so slow when I'm trying to show my old cringe to my chat. You're gonna be slow when I wanna out-cringe my chat? Thank you. I love having just a little chat for myself with an alt account in it that I can just really quickly send links into and stuff. Okay. So, it is time. Chad, do you think y'all ready for seeing some of the oldest art of my pony Sona that I thought was peak? It should be in here. Lo and behold, it's actually missing shit. Oh, that's awful, considering I can no longer get any of that back. That or it's just out of date. Hold on, guys. You guys are about to see a lot of My Little Pony art again, like, because this is what I started out with so heavily. Where is it? Where's the one that I thought was peak when I made it? It's it. Oh yeah, I can definitely grab one of these old ones. Hey guys, remember Inktober? Remember Inktober? I'm really about to die from cringe here. The one time I participated in Inktober and I saw that I was cooking so hard. What is the opposite of art? AI? But I thought I was good. By the way, this Inktober day, guess what the fucking prompt for it was? Very edgy. Yeah, I had issues. Guess what the thing was for that day. What was the Inktober day prompt that created this? Because I remember. Sadly. Sadly, I fucking remember. I'm just gonna say it. The theme was Snake. And you can see that by the little shit-ass eating snake that's curling around the neck here. Anyways. I've really grown a long way since then, especially if I look at my fucking VODs. Hold on, I need to bleach my eyes and look at myself. And remember that I created myself. That has some weird implications for my VTuber lore. Canon though! Oh god. I'm gonna need a drink, and by a drink I mean, like, lethal dose of caffeine. Snake better draw pony too, just to be sure. In my defense with that, it was held on My Little Pony Amino. Like the, on Equestria Amino, if I'm gonna specifically mention it. Like, it was held on there, so you did have to, you know, have a horse in there in some flavor of the Digicolor variety. And a lot of people actually, like, I remember one of my favorite artists there, I believe they drew, like, a snake pony hybrid. Like, I'm 99% sure that they made, like, some snake pony hybrids, which ended up looking like a pony naga or, like, a pony siren. Because of that. Still looked fucking cool. But a lot of people, you know, drew it with the ponies. Because it was still a community centered around My Little Pony. But yeah, just to be safe and keep it PG, we had to add more a Technicolor voice to the picture. Forget that there's no color to it, and it's like very edgy. I'm so cool. I listened to My Chemical. I didn't listen to My Chemical Romance, but I listened to My Chemical Romance, or like. What I did listen to was, like, the music that was popular on My Little Pony speed paints, namely those of Melodious. Like, gonna be so for real, shout out to Melodious, even if she doesn't really, you know, maintain her socials anymore, from what I know, for being the reason I started doing art. I watched her fucking, speed paints as a little youngin', probably too little youngin', and I saw, like, her iteration of My Little Amnesia, which, how full circle have we come that I'm playing Amnesia games on stream? And that resulted in me being like, oh, that's so cool, I want to try to draw that too. Which has resulted in me drawing Susie. Edgy, MCR. Energy and MCR in that time used to be, like, connected. Are you happy with yourself? Do you enjoy what you've just done? Do you, perchance, understand the situation you've just gotten yourself in? Yes, I hear edgy, MCR and MLP in the same sentence. I was confused. I don't know. Yeah. Yandere mode is called out for a reason. You want my attention? You have it. What do you have to say? Time. Yeah, anything else to say other than time? Perchance, begging for something? Bonjour. Oh. Yeah, that's all you have to say. This is all you have to say for yourself. I was in the middle of a tirade. I was in the middle of a tangent, and you pull my attention away so violently. Surely that must be for a good reason, no? So do enlighten me. Go on, then. Otherwise, I'll go back to ranting about My Little Pony and how I used to be, like, what is it? At least 6 years ago. Oh shit, I feel old. Meow. Alright then, alright. I'll retreat back to my corner. Oh fuck. Aha, I have the redo button. You're on your own. Damn. You know what, I'm gonna keep corruption up for a while. Y'all are not ready for what I've planned for the next bottle, by the way. Y'all ain't fucking ready. Y'all gonna have to wait, though. It's a summer team model. So I've got time, but y'all ain't fucking ready for the next outfit. Please show the fuck out school assembly fit. Go, okay, on it. It's a copy. New white clipboard, and then I need to turn it like this so you guys can actually see what it is. Honestly, on this side, I see what it's supposed to be. In 2018, I was a freshman in high school. Okay, 2018, I don't remember that year. We don't remember a lot of years. Give me a moment, I need to stuff my nose again. Good job, yes, sir. Yeah, good job, Milo. Anyways, I shouldn't have filled this. Roses are a bitch in the ass to draw. Because it wasn't realistic enough, piss my ass. Realism is hard. Realism sucks ass. It's way too difficult. I don't dabble in it for numerous reasons. We were in the Let's Shade, I didn't have chosen a flower either. Fuck! You were set up! That was a setup. I'm gonna bite them. I'm gonna gnaw on their bones. Nom nom nom. Like, you know, like you see, you guys know cartoon dogs, how they gnaw on bones? I'm gonna gnaw on their bones like that, like a little cartoon dog. I'm gonna scurry off with their femur, and I'm gonna hide it in a pit that I created in the hole that I dug, so I can like dig it back up like a little doggo for when I feel like gnawing on the bone again. But I need to hide it from the other dogs in the neighborhood so they don't steal my favorite gnawing bone. You know, like old cartoons. I like the implications given. Oh god. You know, I remember that my art teacher in high school had major favoritism issues. She liked this one kid who could draw realistic flowers to some degree. Couldn't do anything else, so for any other assignment she just drew stick figures. Would get like perfect marks consistently for that. But the kid, like, people actually putting in some fucking effort. Nope. The highest I did score was like a near perfect from her, because I did a near perfect imitation of Monet's water lilies, which I hate that thanks to that forced assignment where we basically had to copy an art piece, which I felt so iffy about that assignment already, being like a 14-year-old kid or whatever I was at that age. Like, I felt so fucking wrong. So look at the works of a master and just copy that shit. Even though they were gonna be flawed copies, I felt so fucking awful that we had to basically, like, not, like, if it was style imitation, I would have been fine, right? If it was just like, oh, draw in an impressionistic style, or paint in an impressionistic style, fine. But no, we had to copy an existing piece as accurate as we could. And I felt so, like, weirded out by that, like, that's something you don't do usually. Like, you get inspired by, sure, you can take elements from an existing art piece. You can definitely get inspired by a lot of shit, but you don't just straight up copy it. That's like bordering plagiarism. Stick figures get marks. Yeah, I hated it. Flowers half that because they changed the test time to be earlier because it was better for the rest of the class, but we had another test before it. Oh, ew. That's racist. We weren't allowed to trace it. We actually had to work with paints. I brought my own expensive watercolors because I hated the shitty low-quality watercolors that they gave us. So I brought my own expensive ones to Aurelium. You know which set this is because it's the one I have up north now. The one I swear up and down my religiously that I'm sad because they don't manufacture anymore. AKA for some color, like for some pigments, it's gonna be a nightmare to get those, you know, fixed because they're almost dead. I try not to think about that. It's the reason why I haven't fucking painted in a hot minute. We never had music. Our first year, it was theater or music, and psych, you didn't get a choice. So we got, like, it just randomly got divided, like, group, the first guys here in this group, you know, yeah, we'll give them music. The other ones, we'll put them in theater. And it was just, I don't know what it was based on. I think it was just actually properly randomized, because, like, there was no way it was done on vibes, because there was people so low energy with us in the theater class. But, like, I had theater. Or, like, technically it was called drama class. It was, like, it wanted to be theater so bad. Like, we had our own little weird setup with the benches and everything, like, it definitely tried to be something that it wasn't. But then you had the other class doing music, and, like, there was no intermingling. There was no point at which we just got music instead, no. It was always drama. It was always drama class. And I was so pissed about that, because I was like, I want to learn how to sing more. And now, do I like the improv skills that it taught me? Yeah, but I could have definitely learned those on my own. Theater, I love that, I want it. Never had drama or theater class? Yeah. For us, only first year though, by the way. Only for the first fucking year did we have that. And the other year would have been illegal, clearly. It was, like, exclusive to the first years. You got either 1 year of drama, or 1 year of music, and that's it. Then you're done, I guess. Like, you were graded on it too. It was like a real subject. It feels like a fever dream to think back on it. But it's like, it's that there's like pictures on, I'm pretty sure, the school site about some of the old drama classes. Not ones I was in. But like, at least hallmarks that they existed. So let me lock in real quick, just a tiny bit. Because I want to get all of these funky line arts done before the end of stream so I can actually color these and stuff tomorrow during class. Because we just have the review of what we did. Instead of, you know, actually something, you know, valuable, if you ask me. Could have had another day for a deadline. Would be great. I would have appreciated that. Quite a lot, actually. 11 grade onwards, you can choose for drama, music, and art. Nice! Classes were also subjective because... Yeah, okay, the prompt one I get... Like... But also, that just feels so difficult to grade. Then again, art is just one of those subjects that is like... How do they grade it? Like... I genuinely cannot fathom how they would grade art outside of art colleges when there's like very specific criteria to me. Because like, it's not like in high school there's like a reason to develop certain art skills, so they are not looking for like, oh, have you mastered, you know, perspective, or do you understand color theory? You know, times it was the way the prompt was wrong. Yeah, but art is like subjective like that. Again, it's heavily subjective. It's how you perceive the role. Art is like, that's also why art is inherently political, because art is subjective and art is a commentary. Art can never technically be wrong unless it's bot slutted. Fuck Gen AI. Will never take my job. Piss off. Anyways, microaggression towards generative AI side, like. There's also just genuinely no good way to grade it, honestly. Like, high school art classes leave you with absolutely nothing. They're there as a filler, in my opinion. And this is someone who is actively going to an art school, by the way. This is the opinion of someone who's actively in an artistic study for game art to make video games with. So it's not like I am just some guy blabbering out my ass. But they don't teach you core values. They don't, like, at least for mine, never taught about perspective. Or, like, the value of colors. Like, actual proper color value theory. Understanding grayscales. Understanding, you know, at least basic color theory, which you would expect. Like, your primaries and your secondaries. Like, yeah, I got brushed over once, but was it ever actually applied? No. So, in that sense, if they're not really actively teaching you a principle, there is no way to actually, you know, properly grade you on a principle that isn't being taught. Therefore, even with prompts, I dare say they shouldn't be able to just go, oh, you interpreted it wrong, because there is nothing that they're teaching you about interpretation that would give you guidance towards the right way, in their sense, to interpret the prompt into something that is, you know, gradable as, I don't know, as sufficient. Sorry, I have a lot of beef with specifically high school art classes. And I guess this is also because I got continuously told to not draw in the genre of My Little Pony. I was like, you're saying words there that don't work. Because the actual thing that person had, like, the teacher had beef with was, my art style in general. It was never about the My Little Pony. The My Little Pony was just the nitpicking part that she could do. And I started drawing humans. It's like, yeah, but don't draw in that genre. I'm like, girl, it's a style. She couldn't even distinguish anime as a style. No, anime is a genre now. Like, I kind of get it, but at the same point, no. If you're talking about how an individual is doing it, then it's more accurate to say that it's a style. Oh, your vocal cords in your ass. Screw clankers, for real. As someone who has to work with clankers so much next semester, I pray for you. I pray for you. There's so many ways to draw anime. Yeah. There's like... Oh yeah, the 2D versus 3D. Ah! Oh. My teacher... My mentor basically fucking hates that I am a 2D artist, I reckon. Because I got told off so many times for having 2D on my portfolio, and I'm like, bro, what I do is on my portfolio for a reason. Guys, can I really quickly ask my chat here to go on VGen and look how much a custom VTuber model goes for nowadays? Just as a real quick check. Just really quickly. No interpretation. Ugh. Creative T's aren't and also AF. Ooh. Yeah, I really hope you'll be okay, but if you go to VGen nowadays, which is like a really good art site, if you go there and just look at the shit that people roughly ask for a custom VTuber, not a customizable, but a custom, right? So what I do, so I'm gonna really quickly also in there just type in the word VTuber. And then for VTuber models, and a lot of this is rigging only, by the way, I'll go to one that says VTuber model rigging only. And that's already for 128. And that's on the lower end. VTuber models is just so fucking expensive. You see art of rigging. I do both. As someone who does art and rigging, FYI, I'm gonna really quickly, do I have a loaded object? Give me one sec, guys. I'm really quickly gonna have to shoot on the OBS so I don't accidentally expose my files. But I'm gonna really quickly pull something up because I should have every model I made saved as an item. Yeah, I do. Okay, so we're gonna do this. And this is gonna be uncanny. I'm gonna preface what you're about to see with, this is Tim's model. The model that I made and rigged. This is fully rigged for Tim. This chibi model, right? Got a lot of toggles that I can't show off because it's in its item state, and that would interfere with my own toggles. But this thing has a bunch of toggles. It can go scribble mode, it has a functional big ass scarf, like all of that shit. No toggles either. Yeah, no, this thing, a lot of toggles. Pretty decent physics, like if you look at the hair, pretty decent physics. Works great for Tim. It's a chibi model, look at it. And that is art and rigging. With, a decent, actually, you know, oh yeah, there we go. He's got like his Angie, big ass scarf, blush, somewhere to the Doodle Bob, for example. This thing is compatible with all the other ones that I customly doodle bobbed for him. Except for like, the little Angie one over there. So don't mind me messing up again. But like little hearts as well. Murder drones, again, viable with Doodlebob. Like, all of these little things, right? This is all that I've done for Tim. Murder drones, yeah, that was one of his requests. So this is the model that I've made for Tim. This is just a full showcase of that real quick. Found one for $299 plus rigging. Yeah, so, in total, I'm gonna be fully transparent. Tim paid 400 euros for this model. Of mine. Because it's art, rigging, and like custom toggles that were not particularly easy. Again, look at that really big scarf. But then also remember, I had everything for Doodlebob, so it's essentially 2 models in one, which is really fucking cheap. For 2 models in one, what this essentially is, this is really fucking cheap. Again, take a look at that. It has a scribble mode that I had to carefully rig alongside the main rig that has a lower quality mouth on purpose to make it look scuff. Take that in for a moment. In a exile him again. Oof, off my screen you go, little man. But all of that for 400. And then this man has the audacity to say that, like, it doesn't pay. 400 for that is on the lower end. If you ask me. Because, again, 2 models in one. 2 models in one. With really interesting custom toggles. Yeah, commercial merchandising is an extra for... Yeah. To have the commercial rights as well to actually use it, you tend to pay extra for a lot of artists, and I give them the full fucking right to. As a feature model, artist, and rigger, this shit pays, and then my fucking mentor has the audacity to go that it doesn't pay. And that it's inappropriate to put on my portfolio, and I'm like, dude, even if it's like, for the game industry, have you ever played a visual novel? Have you ever played Danganronpa? Have you ever played, I don't know, popular anime games such as, say, Tears of Timus? Or Ian Stars? Or Twisted Wonderland? Guess what? Those that I just named, I am pretty much 100% confident that their models are done in a similar way as the VTuber models. So those are add-ons as well, so not included in the 300. Exactly, and mine were included in the 300. Or well, 400 technically, that Tim's went for. They're cool, but also what are doors doing? Yeah. Fair, but like, it's just... I find it very peculiar that he has such beef with my particular skill set. because it's a skill set that pays. Like, the market may be a bit oversaturated, sure. However, when it comes to video games as well, next one has different price for body air, full video is also $300. Yeah. But specifically for specific video games, like the visual novel style ones, again, Danganronpa, stuff like Twisted Wonderlands, anime games are honestly a good one that I think about it. Those tend to use Life 2D, which is the same program that you rig VTuber models in. And to piss off my teacher further, I've done all the animation for my current project where we went with a Paper Mario art style in Life 2D, and I've got it to work in Unity. And I cannot wait for his reaction tomorrow when in the little process thing, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, all of the animation, I did that in a program you hate seeing open on my computer. I've done this out of so much spite. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for the sheer amount of spite that I had towards his hatred for my medium and my animation tool of choice, I probably wouldn't have had the energy to do this. But no, I cranked out, and, like, I believe all of the animations for it in the time span of a day and a half. And that was giving myself a break, thinking that I had to also go to school, like, actually physically traveling to school. So all in all, it probably only took me, like, what, 6 hours a max to do all of the animations? And FYI, I did a walk cycle for 4 different characters. I did all of those uniquely. Even the 2 bunny-esque characters, being the bunny and the jackalope, I did those 2 differently, on different things, to not cheat. I had to do the jump for both of them. I had to do a little antler stab for the jackalope, because, oh, that thing can attack. Guess what? I also had to do a scratching animation for the cat. You know, all of that shit. Despite the game motivator, for real, plus the cinnamon of layers, they're really cheap for body parts. Yeah, art only, no rigging. So, yeah, again, I'm a spiteful little bastard. If you tell me my medium ain't worth shit, and I shouldn't put it on my portfolio, I will find a way to put it on my portfolio just to piss you off. But also, I'm gonna be so for real, like, the pressure on portfolio, and specifically having 3D on there, is so gobshite to me. So this entire project, all I've been doing is 2D art. I've been in charge of all the 2D art, and honestly, as a 2D animator and GUI artist, I feel great. Couldn't be better. Did I overwork myself? Absolutely yes. Did I have fun overworking myself, knowing that the fruits of my labor will be displayed on a silver platter to me tomorrow? Absolutely. Also, an extra 25 for wanting him to not post about the commission? Yeah. So yeah, apparently 2D is inferior, but look where I got. Look where I'm at. I'm a 2D person on the internet making money just by yapping and drawing more 2D on the internet. So I really don't understand this hatred. Isn't the number to get models a secret until debut, including from the artist rigger? Yes. It is. That is the customary thing. Now, I didn't do that with my 1.0. Like, my 1.0 I kept hyping up, and then getting burned out from rigging for the first time. Like, first time rigging is not for the week, guys. It took me over 2 fucking years to rig my first model. Because I kept getting burned out. And now, and like, my 2.0 that y'all see, right? Art and rigging took me a week. 7 fucking days. When I was also doing other shit, like streaming. This model that you all are seeing took me, well, technically, not this one. This one took me a little longer because I also had to go to the design process again and shit like that, and figure out some logistics. But my actual 2.0 My proper 2.0 with the feathers and everything, with the eye feathers. That one took me a fucking week. Yeah, on a social, yeah. For some, that's normal. I know that Sun has done commissions as well for, I believe, rigging and arts that he's allowed to post on the socials about. Like, it really depends, but like the debuts are a big thing. To sum it up, debuts are a big thing. But sometimes you're okay with an artist posting about it because it can give you a bit more exposure from the get-go. If your model artist is like a big artist, and is a popular VTuber mama, or if your rigger is like a really big VTuber papa in the sphere, then it can definitely give you a one-up to have them post about it. Because some people are gonna be like, oh wait, there's a new model coming out, but it's really cool and talented, like, artist, or just really cool and talented rigger. Oh, let me see who that's about, you know? Like, yes, it can definitely spoil a fun surprise, but at the same time, it can be a great publicity tool. Because I've genuinely seen people use it like that. I, like, being my own artist, and rigger, I can't do that. Even if I got myself a different model artist and rigger, and at some point it was just like, I'm gonna invest in a new model that I want in a different style that I can't do right, blah, 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 I would not, you know, use that technique personally. Like, definitely post about it after debut, just sure, for your own portfolio, that's great. But during rigging, I wouldn't let them, like, I'm in the little corner of, I like my debuts, for be it outfits, be it for an upgraded model, all of that shit. I like them to be secretive. I like that to just be a little hyped up thing between me and my community. Source files are an extra, so PSD files are not included in the base price. I'm sorry, you need the PSD file to rig it. Yep. You need the PSD to rig. Show him your paychecks from Twitch alone, make him see it's valuable to even just be a 2D model on the internet part-time. Yeah. Which, hold on. Who in chat said they were doing music? Was that Jester? Because, I am actually in the market. And I would rather commission someone who I know, then, you know, go on, I don't know, what one of my friends has recommended was Fiverr. I don't want to go on Fiverr. I don't want to go on Fiverr. I don't want to. You also need commercial license from this person to even make content with the model. Yeah. That to me kind of tells me that's probably a bigger rigger. I think you have two musicians here, of which they're probably professional. Le bitch, yeah. I mean, has their own rights for it. Like, you are pouring your time into a lot of commercial things, and like, it's the same as making an art piece for a company and being like, okay, but I'm gonna have to pay you, like, let you pay more for commercial rights, because in the long run, you are gonna profit from the artwork that I made. So in my opinion, it makes sense. I'm not professional, but musician. You know, I've been really wanting some background music that's personal to myself. Fox was in the process of making it before Fox appeared like the fucking Avatar. I missed them every day, I hope they're okay. But that has left me without, you know, someone making the music. And I have a pretty clear direction of what I want, with some audio samples from songs about, like, what I like, and what to use it for. Because this is on-stream music that I'm after. So if any of the musicians in chat are just to help professional audio music, I believe you. Aww. There's also merchandising license that is 3 times the model price, which is still reserving his right to charge more. Oh god, yeah. I mean, again, slightly falls in the you're gonna profit from my art in the long run. It's understandable. I personally find it a bit scummy. But then again, every artist, every rigger has their reason to do that stuff. Scam. Maybe, maybe not. I really don't have a lot to say on that because I don't know how this person otherwise goes about their art. Because it could genuinely, in part, just be play for fun, 15 years of experience. So, Chester, did you hear what I was saying, perchance? If you did and you feel like backing out of this conversation with that, go ahead. But if you don't, but no real mic or anything to record. Oh, that's sad. I have a female version up as well, and it's cheaper. Wait, is this a pre-made? Hold on, are they asking this for a pre-made? So they charge differently between female and male. Okay, they have that as different things in their thing. But what is it? I am like looking for custom background music basically. Different listing for female versus male custom models. I mean, I get it because female models also require some extra physics, if you get what I'm saying. I've access to software, acoustic guitar, and bass, but I have no experience in making music for people. That's fair. You know, the thing that I'm after is also like more jazzy-esque vibe. Because I do kind of like jazz just a tiny bit, and I feel like it fits. Like, jazz would make it feel like it's fit for a goddess. You know? Because I am a goddess. Feel much cheaper though? What the fuck? Okay, honestly, I'm gonna be so for real, that doesn't make sense. As someone who's done male and female models, I dare say that you tend to put more work into a female model. Is that an inspo? I know some jazz chords. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the inspo is a lot of what claims to be royalty-free jazz music for background, so I'm gonna pull that up post-stream for you. But another thing is there's a specific piano riff, I believe that's what it's called, in the room where it happens from Hamilton that is just stuck in my brain 24-7. The hair itself and the example is also so much more art for the female versus male. Yeah! Like, I'm gonna be honest, with Life 2D wave painting, that's pretty easy, even though I hate wave painting with a fucking passion. I have so much beef with the concept of wave painting, guys, it's unreal. But like, that part is pretty doable, as is the physics, it's just more work. It just takes longer because there's more to rake. So that doesn't make sense. Hold on, let me grab that melody, the chorus. I'll send it to you specifically with timestamp later, okay? Because, like, I haven't separated my audio tracks, so I can't just open it and look it up unless I want to mute my desktop audio real quick. You found it, you think? It's Oculus. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna actually really quickly mute my desktop audio so I can get what I mean. So I'm doing this to avoid getting copyright claims hell and back, FYI. That's the only reason why I'm muting my background audio. Thank you, YouTube, for giving me an AI ad. I hate you. I'm a serious vibe with a stunning melody. Funniverse that's Aramize. Aramize has like 15 different artists. I'm waiting real quick for the parts. Not that talk less more. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just gonna send it with a timestamp slightly before, but I want you to pay attention to the piano. Start out, yes. Okay, I'm gonna put my music, la musica back on. Milo, I'm gonna quickly DM you this. There's your DMs, there's your DMs. What blam? Oh, also, I never made a song for myself before. I'm mostly just replaying stuff using storytelling covers. You forgot you wanted to stream today? Damn. Where am I always sliding into my DMs? I just slid into your DMs and crashed into the wall. That's what I did. Sliding into DMs, but not smooth. All I'm doing is sliding and crashing into shit. I think I broke your chair on the way in. I'm so sorry. So sorry if I broke your chair, King. Or, well, Prince, I guess. Guess you are the Foxy Prince, not a king yet. You've not ascended the line. Yeah, that bit. That bit. I don't know what's up with that piano, but that specific piano part lives head-free in my rent. And yes, I am sure about what I just said. I say head-free in my rent all the time. Oh, let me split the audio and just take the piano and send it to you. You can do that? That's insane. From 8570, including monetized content coverage. What's your few expressions? Yeah. But overall, like, the market for VTubers is, if you're looking for a custom model, you tend to be looking at some prices in the hundos. I know some VTuber rigger and artists who go into the thousands. I am best friends with one who has literally sold a model for over 1,000, by the way, I'm not kidding. Girl made her rent in 1 month. Like, one thing. And that was a pre-made. A pre-made! She's also the one who tried to help me understand VTuber model rigging, because she was doing that before me. Anyways, it's definitely a market that pays, especially if you have your connections, especially if you know what you're doing, especially if you're competent and know how to market yourself. I am not all of those things by a long shot, but I'm competent enough to get commissioners. Explodic Pro, Christ and Wallet. Fair. I'm gonna stuff my nose real quick, and actually, chat, I'm gonna put you all in a quick BRB so I can go to the toilet. Or as Valerie Games would say, to the duck killer. I'm gonna let you all ponder with that. I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. Hold on, let me make sure that my tracking's working correctly. And it's not, unsurprisingly. Okay, now it is. Whew. Nearly would have shown the organs of the operation. Excuse me, what? CPU at 90? Sheesh. Also, we're likely only gonna finish up to Noelle because I'm getting pretty tired. Which is a shame because I wanted to have all of them done for coloring tomorrow. But oh well. I mean, I know the line arts for some of these are gonna have to be really big. And I'm not sure if I've got the energy to keep going. Also knowing I've got class tomorrow and have to be up at 6 AM. Dear Lord help me. Split the file. Is it? Cat is streaming. Oh my god. Oh my god. Astro Live. Astro. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jester. I'm gonna write him in a minute then. When we're done with Noelle, expect to write from me in this chat. Yeah, the cat. That's Astro. When we talk about the cat, that's Astro. I'm gonna make a little airplane out behind her hair, because that's just adorable. Gives that really cutesy look that her ears like actually intermingling with her hair. Can't wait to actually like finish these and make these and put these in my bag, especially the Susie and Noelle ones. They're just gonna be fucking adorable. You want specifically the piano riff or the room? The piano. Piano. I love the piano. I'm a sucker for a good piano. And man, that's one good piano. I can just send a piano. I don't know how to work with just a piano from there though, because like, I know I want something at least similar to the piano, like, we're not gonna commit plagiarism on this channel, but I want something similar to the piano and like whatever my background's gonna be, like background music. I love me a good piano. I thin out her neck just a tiny bit. Oh yeah, that's jazzy, damn. Yeah! See, Hamilton made me aware that I like jazz. Maybe. And like, goes past my knowledge. Jazz piano's nice. Okay, but Jester, given my entire theming, you as someone who knows jazz piano clearly, from what you've just stated, it fits me, doesn't it? Like, with the entire aesthetic I'm going with, it suits, doesn't it? No, not B-movie. Get out of here. No B-movie. No. It would, yeah. If I could figure out how to make music myself, I would have already made like a very jazzy background theme for myself. Like, jazzy, but keep it chill because you're in the company of a deity. No? Oh, come on, there we go. I'm gonna have her little arm just going that way, I think. And then make it very clear that one arm is going like this. Thank you, Stream Elements, for taking up all of my attention span for a hot second by posting stuff in there twice. But yeah, we're almost done with Noelle, so I'm gonna actually just this once preemptively switch us to our ending stream music. Because that way I won't forget. I'm being smart, chat. I'm gaining a brain cell. But you're not gonna be loud yet. Hello? Play? Okay. Music theory is actually pretty easy to score. Okay, but have you, like, I'm already learning so many things at once. I think that if I multi-class any further at this current point in time, I'm gonna fucking explode. Because, like, writing, drawing, rigging, game artist, modeling, like, singing as well. And when I'm no longer, like, fully feeling the sickness in my voice, I'm gonna be singing again. But, alas, currently I still feel the sickness in my voice, so, I'm not allowed to sing. Sadly. I wish I was. But yeah. It feels so weird to have my ending stream music already playing in advance. This is probably the only time this is ever gonna happen, guys. Cherish it. Cherish the extra music that you guys are getting. I'm gonna make you guys listen to the track proper with me. Okay, I've really tricked myself though, because I hear the music and my brain is automatically slowly starting to shut down. The power that just a simple audio track has over me. But I gotta hold on just a little longer. Just a little longer. There we go. And instead of giving her the bean eyebrows, I'm gonna give her actual eyebrows. Because the bean eyebrows are just for Rasa. And then real quick, I forgot to add in the tongue here. Streamer forgets to end stream. Stream forever. No! You have mostly one chord, which is your bass. What the fuck is a subdominant? What the fuck is a chord? I know nothing. I sing based on vibes, by the way. Okay, that second eyebrow is not doing it. No. We caught that stream just yet, not on a bad eyebrow. There we have our cutie patootie. Right, I'm doing the insane thing again. Oh no. What are you doing? I'm about to end stream. I'm so sorry. You know what a skill is? No. I do not know what a skill is either. Unless you're talking about like a weight skill, then yes. Watching 4 streams, Jesus Christ. Well, you're about to watch only 3, hopefully. I'm gonna send you all over to Astro. There we go, save that. And with that, we're going to our just chatting scene. Again, you've joined in at the very end. I guess I worked for it. You go do that. You're good at it. I'm gonna start the raid towards Astro. Towards everyone, please make sure you have a lovely day, night, or evening, depending on where you live. Make sure to stay hydrated as much as you can. Dehydration is a serious thing and not fun. Make sure to eat something if you haven't already, and make sure to rest up if you must. Going into a raid is never an obligation. Please keep that in mind. Yes, I have no knowledge at all. But I'm gonna send you all over to Astro. Behave at your usual leisure in Astro's chat. You all know the deal. I will see you all on Friday for, I don't remember what I scheduled in, so make sure to go into the Discord to check the schedule, which I will be doing here in a sec. But yeah, have fun in Astro's chat. Love y'all. Sing Begonia. Ah, yeah, that would make sense. If you have basic music theory, maybe I can add some. I don't have basic anything. Anyways, I'm gonna send you all over to Astro. Yeah. Bye-bye!